Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Welcome back inside this group. I'm Josie. I'm coming on live for my brand new fresh series called 10-Minute Trainings or TMTs. Newsflash, they might actually be 20 minutes, so they're still TMTs, but I'm going to keep them short because we're all so busy and you want actionable training to relieve yourself of overwhelm, relieve yourself of stress, and I've got so much to share with you in bite-sized pieces. Are you ready? Today's day one. Let's go. Today, we're talking about how to hack overwhelm with the opposite. What does that mean? I would like to start with an inspired quote and concept from Albert Einstein. Have you heard the phrase, you cannot solve problems with the same thinking that created them? That's something that Albert Einstein said. Now, if we're extrapolating this to talk about overwhelm and our experience of overwhelm, I'm not suggesting that we're creating it. I'm not interested in us blaming ourselves for being overwhelmed. I'm not saying it's your fault. There might be some responsibility that you hold. If you're not, you might be creating your overwhelm. We can put that over here. If you are holding on to tasks, if you're uninterested in delegating, if you are falling into perfectionism, if you are reluctant to share the load or to ask for help, or you have difficulty prioritizing because you're making it mean something about your capability, then maybe you are adding to your own overwhelm, but that's over here. What we're going to talk about is if we're in this problem of overwhelm, the way to solve it isn't focusing on the fact that we're overwhelmed. The thoughts of overwhelm are not it's not the spirit or the energy that is going to give us the access to the solution. Now you might be thinking, the solution is if I have more time and more clarity and more help and more resources. That would not make me overwhelmed. But hang on with me for a second because I want to talk about the fact that those circumstances are actually not what are causing your overwhelm. It's your reaction to it. So again, no shame, but let's just visit this. Are you having thoughts about your workload, about your experience that are kind of like, it's too much, I'm buried, I'm completely overwhelmed, I'm in the weeds, I'm drinking from the fire hose, I'm so behind, it's like my hair's on fire, everything's a fire drill, lots of fire metaphors. These are subtle ways that we're feeding the problem. You might think that you're just naming reality, but you're actually claiming the overwhelm and enhancing it and focusing on it and even villainizing it by blaming it and accentuating its here-ness, its presence, its power. And when you're steeped in that, when that's your experience, when you feel dread and you're keeping yourself in that problem solving mode of seeing what's wrong, that negativity is really hard for you to create any solution from. When you're feeling all of those things, like it's too much, I'm overwhelmed, this is horrible, it's unfair, I'm in the weeds, we're so understaffed, I have so much to do, there's so many deadlines, there's too much to do, not enough time. When you're in that mode, you're not inspired or creative or bold and interested in taking new risks or breaking new ideas forth. You're not feeling expansive or creative or eager or willing. You might not even be feeling any desire, just sort of like resignation and defeat. So those things over here are the spirit of how you're actually needing to be to dig out of overwhelm. We need to find that inspired, uplifted, innovative energy of ideating and creating new solutions to our problem and taking that initiative. But it's so hard to do if we're stuck over on this side of just seeing everything that's wrong. We're in a hole. So we need to change our thinking. We need to change not just the circumstances that are creating our overwhelm, but we need to change the way that we're thinking negatively about it. Now, this isn't just like don't worry, be happy. I'm not saying that we just need to do mindset work, but I am suggesting in this training that the opposite of overwhelm isn't working hard to get it out of the hole. The opposite of overwhelm isn't necessarily getting on top of everything. The opposite might not even be competence and effectiveness, the lack of procrastinating. The opposite of overwhelm is actually joy. The opposite of feeling all this negativity, all this worry, all of this defeatism is delight and joy and glee and happiness and satisfaction and pleasure. Those are actually the opposite energies. So, you following? So, what if we hack the negativity of overwhelm with the spirit of joy? I want to take you on an experiment now. This means, let's say you're coming at your workload and seeing your to-do list and feeling completely under the pile. The way in which you might usually address that is to buckle down, get serious, write a to-do list, time block, manage yourself, and try to do all the things. I'm suggesting a different way. What if you just try this? What if you go get in the energy of joy and then come to the problem of overwhelm? This is solving the problem with different energy than what created it or what is present when we're in it. Are you following me? So, how do you do that? That would mean you literally, if you're time blocking, you block in time to go outside and look at the sky and count clouds. You block time to go outside and be in nature. Look for flowers, count how many different colors you can see. You block time to feel a burst of energy by running up the stairs in your building 4 times fast because you're seeking a different spirit than that which you have present when you're really aware of the problem or you're in overwhelm. You can spark joy. You can Marie Kondo this all day by listening to music that soothes you and lifts you, or that gives you a fist pump and gives you a certain sense of a spirit. You can find something that makes you laugh. When I was back in my corporate job, every now and then I would take a YouTube break and watch really silly videos and Saturday Night Live. I love to watch the Ted Lasso series of how Jason Sudeikis created that character. It would just make me laugh, and it would break up the energy, and I would be in a different place than I was right beforehand when I was deep in overwhelm. So how can you play more? How can you insert a little bit of play? I'm not saying that, you need to play ping pong all day in between your to-do lists, but how could you take a break, a play break, a joy break, a laughing break, an outside break, an energy break, an exercise break? Because it's almost like the ingredient that you seek to sprinkle on your soup. I'm feeling low, I'm feeling daunted, I'm feeling defeated. I need to go add some joy. I need to go get myself some joy. I need to go pet a pet. I need to go be in beauty. I know a coach that goes to a beautiful hotel in the city where she lives when she's really trying to figure something out, and she orders, like a $10 cup of tea in a beautiful gold-rimmed cup because it just gives her access to a different way of being than just sitting at home alone at her computer. Okay, so try adding joy as the opposite of overwhelm and try this experiment and see if the energy of sprinkling in some joyous activities to change the energy helps you find better solutions to the present state that you're feeling dragged down by. Extra tip, try joy stacking. What if you go outside listening to music, ready to pet a dog, laughing with a friend, eating a little dark chocolate, having a playful thought, and running at the same time? That's just a little tip of what I got for you today. Stay tuned for more 10-minute trainings. And for now, go well. Bye for now.